Hi, welcome back to Jane's Stories of Life. Today is May 31st, 2026. And I just want to share some marvelous memories of this May. Once again, I celebrated my birthday, which was May 9th, by taking a cruise for my 84th birthday. I went on the Carnival Mardi Gras with 5 others, family and friends. Had a wonderful time. As you know, I love cruising, so that was a great time. It also has been a wonderful, marvelous month of memories of school. I realized it's been 20 years since I retired from my 36 years of teaching elementary school in the states and the places of Cleveland, Ohio, Detroit, Michigan, Schenectady, New York, and Dover, Delaware. And I still dream of school. I still love those years and those memories. This past weekend, this past week, part of the weekend, time with son John and grandson Grant, who was 11 years old. Grant's 4th grade from Parkland, Florida, was having their annual field trip at Animal Kingdom in Disney World. And I'm only 5 miles from the land of Disney. So they came for that, but then they also spent several extra days with me, which is such a blessing when you can enjoy your children and your grandchildren and just spend that time together. I'm going to attach the video that I did at the beginning of May in 2025, which speaks a lot about the significance of the month of May in my life. So I hope that you will enjoy that as well. In the meantime, have a wonderful day. I also learned some things. John, I learned that I had not broken the top to my Instapot, which I thought I had. John said, "No, Mom, it's fine. You just had to do this." Oh, and I also learned that I can start the car that I've been driving for almost 7 years remotely. Put a button on the key fob. I didn't know that. I opened the door we were going out. I opened the garage door, and the car started, and I knew John was in the house because he had just passed me. And I thought, how did that happen? I looked and I kept trying to see, is he in the car? How did he get in the car? No, he's not in the car. How did that happen? And he handed me the key fob. He said, "Mom, you just push this button 2 times and it starts the car." Oh, wow, technology at its finest. So you learn something new every day, even when you're 84 years old. Have a wonderful day. Cherish your memories and pass them on. Hi, welcome to Jane's Stories of Life. Tomorrow, the month of May begins. May, for me, is a month that I have to prepare myself for, because there are so many life experiences that I have gone through in the month of May that evoke a number of emotions, from extreme sorrow to extreme happiness and joy. You notice that my thumbnail said comfort, joy, peace, and love. That encompasses the things that I want to share about. I'm going to begin with 2006. On May 5th of that year, 19 years ago, our daughter Cindy, who was 36 years old, died of breast cancer. That was such a devastating event in our lives, as I'm sure that you can imagine. We don't expect to outlive our children, and yet we were faced with that experience. We found a great deal of comfort. People are still offering words of comfort and support when they hear that. And the grief and sorrow never end at all. It doesn't matter whether it's 2 years, 1 year, 6 months, 20 years. You still grieve that that person is no longer on this earth. The joy has come in many forms during my lifetime as well. It was 64 years ago on May 4th that I became a member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority, following the footsteps of my mom, her 2 sisters, several cousins, and then I was followed by Cindy, who also became a Delta. And I've been an active member in chapters in Cleveland, Detroit, Albany, New York, Dover, Delaware, and now Orlando. So for 64 years, Delta Sigma Theta has been a very important part of my life. The events of May included certain birthdays. My birthday happens to be on May 9th, so I will be celebrating this thing is moving. I will be celebrating my 83rd birthday in just a few days, in a week actually. Our first grandchild, our grandson Dominique, was born to Cindy and her husband Neil on May 18th. And he will be 30. Wait a minute. Wow, time flies. So, May holds many special things. Mother's Day is usually right around my birthday, and we know the joy that we have, memories, the activities we've enjoyed with our mothers, and being a mother has brought great joy as well. It happened that my birthday in 2006 was the day that we also had Cindy's celebration of life service. And people said to me, Jane, how are you going to handle, burying your child on your birthday? And my response was that Cindy was such a gift to the world that she was a gift to our family, she was a gift to the world, and so the focus did not need to be on me, but the focus was on her life. As a matter of fact, when a childhood friend of John and Cindy's heard that she died on May 5th, he said, "That's Cinco de Mayo Day." He said, no, he said, from now on, I'm going to celebrate Cindy de Mayo Day because I want to celebrate her life on that day. And ever since Tom said that, it changed the focus for us as well. Because Cindy was such a remarkable, wonderful young lady who impacted so many people. Anybody she met, she had an impact on. And so for us, that also helped us to focus on May 5th as Cindy de Mayo Day. The other events of May, in May of 1992, within 2 weeks, we attended the college graduation ceremonies of both of our children. Cindy completed her degree requirements in December of 91, but Virginia State University did not have a marching ceremony mid-year, so she marched in May of 92, and that is the year that John completed his degree requirements and marched at Winston-Salem State University. So 2 weeks apart, we were celebrating our children's graduations. Finally, the most significant life-changing day in May was May 25th, 1968, when Morgan and I got married. So we celebrated We were married for 51 years and 9 months. When he, when he died, we had been married that long. So May, as I say, held so many memories, so many things that have affected my life. Each year as I approach it toward the end of April, I begin to get a little apprehensive because all of these things are a bit overwhelming. And as I thought about them today, what I wanted to say, I shed some tears, I smiled some smiles, because they do run the total gamut, just as life does. We don't know, we don't understand. Yes, we question and wonder why certain things happen the way that they do. And we just have to trust. There is what you've heard the expression, a peace that passes all understanding. We eventually come to that point where we understand that God has his plans. He does not tell us in advance what they are, and we simply have to trust and obey and adjust and do the best we can as we continue to carry forth on whatever it is that we are supposed to do. You know that for me, one of the things that brings me great joy is cruising. I will be going on a cruise this month. A cruise gives me the opportunity. I love the tranquility. I love experiencing this beautiful world that God has created. I love the time to reflect. I just love the peace and the joy that I find. And I hope that did I mention Mother's? Yes, I did mention Mother's Day. Okay. I hope that as you experience the month of May, that you too will experience comfort, joy, peace, and love. Whatever you do, make memories and cherish your memories and pass them on. I have so many wonderful, so many memories that I go through in the month of May. So cherish your memories and pass them on.